Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is day 5, the 5-day split arms, my second favorite day of the follow-through workout for beginners. Let's get this mess. What? The exercises we'll be doing: close grip bench, straight bar curl, skull crushers, preacher curl, overhead dumbbell extensions, seated dumbbell curl, cable rope press down, and reverse easy bar curl on the cables. Pause and read this. I'm going to introduce you guys to supersets. What that is you do one exercise, go right into the next exercise with no break. Then you take your rest after doing 2 exercises. And that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to start here with close grip bench press. You notice my grip on the bar. My thumbs are approximately 2 to 3 inches apart. I left my thumbs there for a minute so you guys could see how I line up my grip on the bar. You want to bring your hands down until they're slightly above your chest. You want to let your elbows go out at about a 30-degree angle on the way down. Bring the bar to your lower chest. Down slow, explode up, like I've been saying all week. Now, I had to juggle the video clips around. I might do less than 10 there, but I wanted you to get the right grip right off the bat, and I recorded the first one from the side. Now, the lightning bolt means you don't take a break. You go right into your straight bar curl. If your gym has a short straight barbell, which is like the one I'm using, that's fine. If not, use a regular barbell that you would bench or squat with. Now here you want to notice I do my best, and I'm sorry I didn't take off my hoodie so you guys could get a good picture of what I'm doing, but I do eventually. It just took me a little while to warm up today. What you need to do is keep your upper arms tucked at your side. Try not to let them come up with your forearms as you're curling. Then you take your break. Again, we're supersetting today for the sake of time. And it also gives you a killer arm workout. You're gonna do your set of close grip bench press and then go right into the barbell curl with no break in between, then take your rest. That's what a superset is. It's when you do 2 exercises together as one set, then take your rest. Down slow and explode up. Now, again, I know I have my hoodie on and you can't get a real good picture, and it was hard for me this morning to get very good angles for you guys because there was a lot of people at the gym. I did my best though. Here you'll see I grip the bar about shoulder width, and you can always play with your grip. Go a little bit wider, go a little bit more narrow. It will hit different parts of the muscle. I was told once by a guy who has done a lot of lifting, a lot of training, a lot of competitions, and he said most days he switches his grip or stance every single set. Alright, you take your break after your curls. Then you go back into the close grip. Again, from the back you can get a real good picture of my grip and how my elbows track on the way down. You don't need to keep them completely tight. It is okay to let them flare out, but only 25 to 30 degrees. You don't want to have them sticking way out. You want to keep them slightly tucked to your sides. Let them go out slightly on the way down. Bring the bar down to the lower part of your pec muscle or the lower part of your chest and explode back up. Excellent size builder, excellent strength builder for your triceps. And all through this workout, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do tricep and a tricep exercise first, followed right by a bicep exercise. Me personally, I like to superset because I lift in the morning before work, especially on arm day. And it helps me get in and out quicker. Not only that, it gives you a crazy pump in your arms. You walk out of the gym feeling like you're, I don't know, the Hulk, that your arms are so big. Definitely a great feeling. Alright, here I do believe we're going into our last set, and you'll notice I went real light on all of these. This is actually Saturday. I did my arms on Friday, but I didn't have time to record, so I came in to do this just for you guys. Plus, it was nice to get a little extra in. Down slow and explode up. You got this. And again, these videos are for you guys to follow through. If you don't choose to follow through, you could watch them and get a real clear idea of what a good beginner workout is, and then go to the gym and do it yourself. I mean, I'm sure you guys have a good enough memory to see what's going on and remember it. Now you'll see here I do my best, not perfectly, but I do my best to keep my upper arms at my side and only bend at the elbow to pull that weight up. And it is okay to sway slightly. You don't need, once you get heavier in weight, you don't want to sway a lot. All right, we're into our second exercise. Sorry, skull crushers and preacher curls, both with the easy bar. Here, you'll notice again that I try to keep my upper arm straight and only bend at the elbow. I will play with the angle some, and I will put my upper arm further back towards my head, but you'll notice once I do that I lock it into place and I only bend at the elbow. Now, an actual skull crusher, my upper arm would be slightly lower towards my abdomen, and then the bar would come down to my forehead. And that's fine. Like I said, feel free to play with the angle until it feels right for your body type and how it feels good for you. Everybody's different. No break, and then we go right into the preacher curl. Remember, you're going to want to set up both stations or both machines or whatever you're going to use before you get started. Then you take your break, add your weight to both, and go back into it and kill it. You'll notice that I have the seat that I'm sitting on down low enough to where the pad that is under my upper arms is tucked very tightly into my armpit. Now me, I have long arms, so I sort of have to bring my elbow up. You don't want your elbows hanging off the bottom of the pad. My arms are so long it sits right at the bottom. Okay, now here's my second set of skull crushers with the easy bar. You want to grab it right in the two middle bends with the outside of your hands. You want to keep a closer grip. Again, elbows, you'll see they're flaring slightly out, not as much as on the close grip. You want to try to keep them in as much as you can, but you don't want to hurt yourself. Down slow, up fast. You want to explode to the top and always squeeze at the top when you're doing arms. No break, and we go right into preacher curl again. You'll notice the bar's a little bit different here, but they didn't. The other actual easy bar that just looks like a mild W is it was a little bit loose and I couldn't tighten it. I didn't have the Allen key, so I just grabbed this one, which is fine. And again, you can also switch your bars when you're doing these. If depending on what your gym has, depending on, you know, your personal preference, you can always adjust the bars and do things a little bit differently. But in my opinion, this is a good, solid workout for anybody looking to get in a gym. All right, now we go into our, I forget what even set we're on. I apologize. We go into our next set of skull crushers. And again, I try to get it from a lot of different angles so you can see what good form looks like, or at least decent form looks like. And you'll notice I play with my grip a little bit. Sometimes I wrap my thumb, sometimes I don't. It just depends on how I'm feeling and what I want to do. And I don't want you guys to get scared of this arm day. At the end, on the last two sets of exercises, I only did 3 sets to show you can cut it back. This is a lot of work, especially for a beginner on for arm day. You feel free to go in 1 week and only do the first 2. That'll still give you a total of 16 sets for your arms, instead of actually getting the 4 exercises, 4 sets apiece per muscle group or body part. You know what I mean? Feel free to cut this down. Feel free to mix and match. Feel free to adjust to fit for your body, for how you feel and how you're doing things. That's perfectly fine. My goal here isn't to scare anybody away, but this is how I did it when I first started. I would do 4 exercises, 4 sets apiece for triceps, 4 exercises, 4 sets apiece for biceps. Come on. Every guy likes to have big arms, and that's what I was aiming for. But for the complete beginner, this may be way too much work for you, and I get that. So feel free to, shorten it up a little bit, but at least do 2 exercises for triceps and 2 exercises for biceps, and that will suffice until you can add on and do more. Here again at the preacher curl, you want to squeeze at the top. You want to get a good squeeze down the whole way. Bring it up and squeeze at the top. Hold that sucker for a second or two. You want to get a good squeeze and pump that blood into the bicep. Down slow and up as fast as you can. You can tell I'm getting fatigued here, and keep in mind I did arms the day before, but I still wanted to do a little bit to get a little extra in. Take your break, and then we are on to our third set of exercises. Overhead single dumbbell extension and seated dumbbell curl. Now what you're going to need to do, I like to do the overhead dumbbell extension on the preacher bench that I was just on, because it lets me drop the dumbbell down real low. A lot of your benches that come up to a seated position, the bench comes the whole way up behind you, so you may hit the dumbbell off of the bench. Use whatever you can to do this. You can even sit free, like sit across the bench with no back support and do it that way, but you want to keep your back straight up. You'll notice again here, I play with the angle some. Here I have my body tilted back more, then I sit up straighter. And it's all about just getting a different feeling in the muscle. Some people may say what I do is wrong, but I like it and I feel good with it. And then here we're going to go into the seated dumbbell curl. Now I want you to take note to how I twist the dumbbell on the way up. It starts straight and it twists until the inner weight is completely twisted around and coming out the other end. You'll get a better picture of it when I go from the front angle, but that helps you hit the whole wide angle of the bicep. You go down and you twist down, and then you twist your wrist up, and it really hits the whole bicep. This is one of my favorite curls to do, and I hate curls. You could probably tell by the difference in I love doing triceps, so my triceps are a lot bigger than my biceps, I think. But I definitely love the seated dumbbell curl. Here you'll get a little higher angle of the overhead extension. Now here you'll notice I set the weight on my chest. If you can do that, that's fine. If not, use a dumbbell that's light enough to get back behind your head like that. You want to go down and feel a good stretch. Don't go down so far that it hurts. And then the whole way up, and you sort of, at times you may have to lock your elbows out, but a lot of times I like to keep the tension of the weight on my tricep muscle. So you'll notice right there I'm not actually locking out the whole way. Both ways work. Again, it's what feels good for you and what is going to work for you. These are all just examples, but I do have some know-how, so pay attention. Now here you'll see from the other side how I twist my wrist on the way up, and then on the way down I untwist. Twist, untwist. Twist, untwist. And remember, squeeze at the top. You'll notice I am using a little body English, or cheating a little with a little sway. You want to try to keep from that, but it is okay if you're pushing yourself to get extra. Just keep it to a minimum. All right. At this point in the workout, I'm feeling a little fatigued, definitely. 3 exercises in for bis and tris. And you will too, and that's perfectly fine. Adjust accordingly. Don't go as heavy on your end exercises on all of these workouts. And on your end exercises, maybe go with a lighter weight and do a higher pyramid scheme. Go with a real light weight and do 15, 12, 10, 8 instead of 10, 8, 6, 4. That is perfectly fine. But you definitely want to come up with a plan and stick to it. You don't want to jump all around. You don't want to change things all the time. You want to get a good plan. You want to stick with it for at least 3 months. then start changing things. If you stick to this workout that I put you through for 3 months straight, I guarantee you will see a great amount of change. All right. This is where you're going to see the seated dumbbell curl from the front. This is what, now the weights are a little bit heavier for me, and like I said, I already did a good bit of curls yesterday. But notice the twisting motion. Twist until you get that inner part of the dumbbell, that inner weight twisted the whole way out. Big squeeze at the top. Real big squeeze and get that blood pumping. You'll notice I tuck my knees together as tightly as I can so I don't clip them with the dumbbell, and I will rotate them out of the way a little bit. That tends to help me because I'm all legs and arms. I'm super lanky, which is why I started lifting in the first place. Here I am 12 years later bringing you some awesome workouts. Fourth set of exercises: cable rope press down and reverse easy bar curl. The reverse easy bar curl, you're going to grab the bar overhand instead of underhand. Here I do a press down. You'll notice I have to lock my back in to proper bench grip, or proper bench form, is what I like to call it. I arch my lower back and put my chest up and bend over some because I'm so tall. You do not want to bring that rope up past parallel to the floor, only slightly, to get a good stretch at times. Generally, you want to keep your forearms on the way up parallel to the floor, then back down. And the rope is used to twist your wrist out and really squeeze that tricep. That's why I threw it in at the end. It's a great tricep exercise. Again, here you'll notice the reverse easy bar curl. I have my elbows tucked into my sides so I can't move my upper arms. I grab the bar overhand and I curl up, which is good for your forearms and your biceps. But you have to make sure you're squeezing your bicep at the top. If you don't squeeze your bicep at the top, you're going to be working the majority of your forearms, which is why I like to do this at the end, because I'm getting some forearm work in as well. Well, you get forearm in work with any curl, but this focuses a lot more on the forearms. And you'll notice I did go with a higher rep scheme here at the end to prove my point, we'll say. Here you'll get a good picture of how to twist the rope out wide, or you can keep them close and just twist your wrist out. I do that on one of the reps. I can't remember where. It might be the next set. But you'll notice how I go down, and as I'm going, I twist my wrists out. You can keep your fists close together and twist them out, or you can twist out and go real wide. Whatever feels best for your tricep is what I want you to do. But you got to keep your upper arms locked into place. Only bend at the elbows. Here you get a real good angle of the reverse cable curl with an easy bar handle. And you'll notice I stick my upper arms a little further out and keep them locked into place, playing with the angle just to hit a little different part of the muscle groups. And then I go a little bit straighter down to show you it's okay to move around in the motion a little bit, but you have to lock into place and only use the muscles you're after. Play with it a little, do what feels good for you in any of these exercises and workouts. Every body is different, so everything that works for me will not work for the next guy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming up on these are our last two sets. I would like to prompt you to please like and subscribe to my videos. I will be taking a short break from the workout stuff and hopping on the gaming end of my channel, as well as some of the randomness that I would like to put out there. Please like and subscribe so I can keep these videos coming. Any little bit of support helps. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. And if I'm not mistaken, just as long as you're subscribed, you don't have to hit the notification bell so you see every video that comes up of mine, or you get notified of every video. I would really appreciate your support. Check out Twinsy Toy Talk. We'll be putting up a new video this weekend. My girls want to do a little bit of artwork for everybody on their channel, so we'll be doing that here shortly. And this is the 5-day split that got me addicted to the gym. I'm telling you, do it for a while. Maybe 2-3 months, and you're going to see a crazy amount of results, and you're going to get addicted like I did. Alright guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Take your time, pause, and read this, and I'll see you on the next one. Until the next time, over and out.